This is the 219th Taiku in the Babylonian Talmud. It is in Tractate Zevachim, page 83a, according to the book by Rabbi Aharon Yoshua Kessin. Zevachim 83a, and it starts actually on 82b at towards the bottom of the page, a few lines from the bottom. And it's with Boy Rava. See here. It goes on to the first line of the next 83a. But we're starting now on 82b. Towards a few lines from the bottom, Boy Rava. Boy Rava par helem davar shel tzibur u'seir avodah zara Shehichnis daman lifnai v'lifnim mahu. Rava raises a dilemma with regard to the bull for an unwitting communal sin and the goat for a sin of idol worship whose blood should be presented in the sanctuary if it occurred that the priest brought their blood into the innermost sanctum. What is the halacha? What's the law? Mi amrinan, do we say El HaKodesh Pinima, Kol Hecha de Karinan El HaKodesh, Karinan Le Pinima, Kol Hecha de La Karinan El HaKodesh, Lo Karinan Pinima, Oidilma Shilo Bimkoma Nahu. Rava explains the sides of the dilemma. Do we say that since the verse states into the sacred place within Leviticus 10:18 as a single phrase, and therefore anywhere that we read a prohibition against bringing the blood into the sacred place, meaning that the blood is disqualified by being brought into the sanctuary, we also read a prohibition against bringing the blood within. In other words, that it is likewise disqualified when it is brought into the Holy of Holies. But anywhere that we do not read a prohibition against bringing the blood into the sacred place, such as with regard to these offerings, whose blood is supposed to be brought into the sanctuary, we do not read a prohibition against bringing the blood within the Holy of Holies. Or perhaps, since in any event, the Holy of Holies is not the proper place for the blood of these offerings, it is disqualified. Ve'im timse lomar shelo bimkomanu par sa'ir shem giborim shehi zamidavan al abadim yotzir lehechal v'echnisan mahu. And if you say that the Holy of Holies is not the proper place for the blood of these offerings, and they are therefore disqualified, one can raise another dilemma in the case of the bull and the goat of Yom Kippur, where the high priest sprinkled from their blood on the staves of the ark as required. See Leviticus 16:14, and he brought the remaining blood out to the sanctuary and subsequently brought it in again to the Holy of Holies. What is the halacha? Is the blood disqualified by this improper second entrance into the Holy of Holies? Mi amrinan mikomanhu oidilma hoil unefak napak. Rava explains the sides of the question. Do we say that it is its place, as the high priest is supposed to bring this blood into the Holy of Holies on Yom Kippur at some point? Or perhaps one should say that since the high priest has performed the mitzvah and the blood has been brought out, it has been brought out, and the Holy of Holies is no longer considered its place. V'im timtze lomar hoil unefak nepak. And if you say that since the blood has been brought out, it has been brought out, one can raise another dilemma. If the high priest sprinkled from their blood on the sanctuary curtain, now turning to 83a, top, and then brought out the blood to the golden altar in the sanctuary and sprinkled the blood there, as required, see Leviticus 16:18. But subsequently brought the remainder of the blood in toward the curtain dividing the sanctuary from the Holy of Holies. What is the halacha? Hachavada echad makom hu, o dilma yitzia karinan be teiku. Rav explains the size of the dilemma. Do we say that here the area of the curtain and the golden altar is certainly one place, as they are both in the sanctuary, and therefore the blood should not be disqualified by being brought back toward the curtain? Or perhaps, since we call the taking of the blood to the golden altar going out in the verse, and he shall go out unto the altar, Leviticus 16:18, its return to the curtain should be considered bringing in, and therefore the blood should be disqualified? We don't know. No answers were found, and therefore the Gemara states that these dilemmas shall stand unresolved until when? Until the coming of Messiah, the son of David, and Elijah the prophet, as he heralds the Messiah, either before or after, we don't know when, but the tradition is that Elijah will answer the questions. The Taikus.